For the last couple of years, it's been tough for a lot of home buyers to make those numbers work. Home prices shot up, and mortgage rates did too. And a number of people hit pause because it just didn't feel possible. Maybe you were one of them, but there's some encouraging news. If you've been waiting for a better time to jump back in, affordability may finally be showing signs of improvement this fall. So let's take a look at our first graph. This latest data from Redfin shows the typical monthly mortgage payment has been coming down and is now about $290 lower than it was just a few months ago. And here's why this is happening. The cost of buying a home really comes down to three things: mortgage rates, home prices, and your wages. Right now, all three are finally moving in a better direction for you. While that doesn't mean that suddenly it's easy to buy at today's rates and prices, it does mean it's not as challenging. Affordability is what we're talking about in today's video, and we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to keep on top of the real estate market in Richmond, Virginia, and those surrounding counties of Hanover, Henrico, Chesterfield, New Kent, Goochland, and Powhatan, then subscribe right there below and tap that notifications bell so you can be the first to know about the current market in Richmond, Virginia. So your likes and subscribes, they help me grow the channel, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate them. So my goal this year is to get the channel to over 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting close. So thank you so much in advance for your help. So my name is Scott Durnley, and I'm with Joyner Fine Properties. My team and I get calls and texts and emails every day from folks just like you looking to make their move to the greater Richmond area or simply moving within the Richmond area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, heck, even 9 months, you can give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. All that info is linked right there in that description below, so we can help you make a smooth move to Richmond, Virginia. So we're going to start by talking about mortgage rates. So let's take a look at our second graph here. Mortgage rates have come down compared to earlier this year. In May, they were roughly 7%. Now they're closer to 6.3%. Now that may not sound like a big deal, but it does matter. Even small changes in rates can make a difference in your future monthly payment. So compared to when rates were 7%, if you took out an average $400,000 mortgage now at 6.3%, will cost you about $190 less a month just based on rates alone. And for some people, that's been enough to make buying a home possible again. As Joe Can, VP and Deputy Chief Economist at Mortgage Bankers Association says, quote, "The downward rate movement spurred the strongest week of borrower demand since 2022. Purchase applications increased to the highest level since July and continued to run more than 20% ahead of last year's pace." So second thing we're going to discuss is home prices. After several years of prices rising very, very rapidly, price growth has finally slowed. National home price growth remains positive but muted, low and in the single digits, and this trend is expected to continue in the second half of this year. For buyers, that's actually a big relief. That moderation makes it easier for you to plan your budget. And in some markets, prices have actually dipped slightly. If you're in one of the markets, those markets, you're able to find something that may be more affordable than you expect. So the last thing we're talking about today is wages. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, raises are actually up near 4% annually. Lawrence Young, Chief Economist with National Association of Realtors, explains why that number is so important right now. He says, quote, "Wage growth is now comfortably outpacing home price growth, and buyers have more choices." In other words, the typical paycheck is rising faster than home prices right now, which helps make buying feel just a little more affordable. Now that's not a big difference, but in this market, every bit counts. So what does all of this mean for you? Lower rates, slower price growth, stronger wages might actually be enough for you to finally make the numbers work this fall. While affordability is still tight, it's a little easier on your wallet to buy now than it was just a few months ago. Remember, data from Redfin shows the typical monthly payment is already about $290 lower than it was earlier this year. So thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Like always, always, I try to cut through the noise and let folk know what I really think is going on in this Richmond real estate market. So linked in that description below, I have 3 absolutely free gifts for you. First, there is a free Richmond, Virginia relocation guide. So you must like watching videos about housing in Richmond, Virginia, or you wouldn't be on this channel. But it's also nice to have something you can flip through in your spare time, click on things, and learn more about RVA. So this is chock full of great information, and it's a must download. So gift number 2 is a free buyer's guide. This guide walks you through the buying process with things like your timeline, setting a budget, how your agent gets paid, creating a wish list, the pre-approval process, and all those fun things that happen between contract and closing, and much more. Again, tons of great information in there for you. So number 3, last but not least, we know when people move, oftentimes they have to sell in their current location, so I have a seller's guide for you. This handy dandy resource is pretty specific about how I do things when I sell a home, and it covers things like prepping your home for sale, general timelines, what agents should be doing to properly market your home, that is so important in this changing market, all those fun things from contract to close, and again, much more. But here's the bottom line. Have you been wondering if it's worth taking another look at buying? Let's run these numbers together. We can go over your budget, see what's changed, and figure out if now is the time to turn window shopping into key turning. So give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Again, all of my information is linked right there in that description below. And until next time, I hope to show you around town. Take care, folks.